Okay, so I'm just going to pop in and see James Woodward and JWC and see what he's up to. Hi, James.
Hiya.
What are you up to?
Yeah, just getting a racket stenciled for a customer. All part of the package that we offer here at JWT. We do restringing, grips, obviously stenciling. Get this one done, and then I'm going to move on to do a little bit of stringing with this Wilson racket down here with a nice selection of Yonex strings. For that racket, I'll be using a synthetic gut. Great for recreational players, not too expensive, kind of in the mid-range of durability and feel, so a good all-round string. And then the other options we've got shaped strings for more spin, another shaped one here, and then we've got another shape on here. We can see the shape here. All different spin types of strings, and then we've got some nice soft polyester for some more advanced players that like a decent string.
Sure.
Right, so just get on to stringing this one.
Okay, cool.
Make sure we're lined up. Off we go. So this racket is surviving very well. It is a nice old racket from Yonex that the customer loves and is very reluctant to change. Can't blame him, it is a great frame. With a nice multi-filament string from Yonex, the ATG 850 Pro. Coming increasingly hard to stock, so if anybody knows anywhere that's got it for sale, please let me know. Right, over.
Yeah, the racket looks like it's got some very worn edges.
I'll tell you what, this frame has definitely been through the mill. It's got these old school rubber grommets down the here which have gone very brittle, so when they start falling out, unfortunately, it will be time for this racket to be changed. But I'm sure we can find an equivalent Yonex frame that's for sale today. Probably something in the E-Zone range, because this is a nice powerful racket which would suit their current E-Zone models. E-Zone 105 springs to mind, but we'll get him a demo and see what he thinks. Right, is that done? Shake it off. All good. We'll start with cutting these ones out. So this, again, lovely old racket from Wilson. People do look after these. Just a quick inspection, no damage I can see. Grommets all intact. Good to go.
Looks like it could do with a new grip as well.
They've not requested one, but I will speak to them on collection and see if we can get them to upgrade their grip as well. Always cut the strings out all nice and quickly, so we're not putting too much stress on the frame. Don't want to leave broken strings in there for too long. And the messy bit, we're going to pull them out and chuck them on the floor. Yeah, these have been in here a while. I don't think this racket's been restrung before. Still got a factory knot in there, and a factory string. See, there's some decent notches on these strings, so it was due a restring. Right, let's mount it up. So we're going to go for 20 foot in the mains. 20, just so happen that I've got a 5 foot wingspan. We'll start in the centre. We're going to go for 56 in this frame. 56 pounds, that is. The first 3, and then we'll move across to the other side. clamp as close to the frame as possible, making sure that there's not any string movement when you let go of the tension, and keep it in there as much as possible. Try and keep it even, and one string right, one string left, just to make sure there's a nice even tension across the whole frame of the racket.
Looks like a good 6-string guitar now.
I'm not so sure I can play any music on this one. Give it a go. We can restring tennis rackets, squash rackets, racquetball and badminton. Stock a big range of Technofiber and Caracal strings for squash, and Technofiber. We've got a decent range of multi-filament squash strings that we have. For badminton I would go for Yonex, but we can have Caracal Hot Zone badminton strings as well. So any racket, bring it in and we can get it done for you. If you have your own string, feel free to supply your own strings. Bumper strips, they need changing. We can change bumper strips for you as well. Onto the last string of each side. We'll just add a bit of tension in case we lose some in the knot. Usually go for about £4 extra. Okay, so we're just going to tie off the mains. We're going to go for a Parnell knot with this frame, so we're going to go over, under, and then through the same again before pulling, and then we're going to pull this tension here, making sure we don't lose too much tension when I get the clamp. Okay. Make sure it goes over the right side, and there we go. That's your Parnell knot, and just tidy it up. Over under before tension. Main's done. If you may have noticed, I'm not pulling every string tight after I've weaved it. It's just so that when I go to do the next weave now, the strings are kind of set up and down, so it makes the weave that little bit easier rather than fighting against the natural tension of the string. So I will feed this one through and I'll tension the previous. You'll see I'm just moving the string backwards and forwards as I pull it, just so I don't burn the string whilst pulling it through. Always good to keep it moving so we don't cause any extra wear and tear on the string before it's been used. Final check of strings, and we're good for stencil. Heat sand press shock absorber going back on. I think this grip has seen better days. It's falling apart in my hands, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and change this. You can see it's actually falling apart all over my leg, which is lovely. One of the perks of the job. So I always start at the bottom, making sure not to overlap too much. Nobody likes big ridges on their grips, so I'll give it maybe 2 mil. Keep it nice and tight as we go, because it's just an over grip, not a replacement grip, so it's not very sticky. Again, when cutting, I'm sure you've all got your own preference of cutting. I always like to cut from underneath and then go towards the racket. So you can see where we've cut, we'll bring it nice and straight. And just finished off with a nice bit of tape. Good. Ready for the player.